Welcome to this part of the program where we break down another Oriole player. In this case, it's going to be Cedric Mullins. And unfortunately, Cedric left the game with some hamstring discomfort. I'm not worried about it right now. It's 24 days. But the only thing I hate for him is he's dealt with a lot of injuries overall in the last couple of years, especially last year. People don't know. Cedric had to deal with nagging injuries as the season kept going. And as you're a player that's trying to get through a season, it is so hard to get on track. And actually, Cedric had a fantastic May. It seemed like he was turning the corner. But for the point that I was trying to make with Cedric Mullins here is that he's a valuable player. He can do so much defensively. He can impact the game offensively. But when you're not healthy and you're battling through, other thoughts are on your mind, and it makes it hard then to get into a rhythm. And Cedric down the stretch couldn't get into a rhythm. But let me explain a little bit of Cedric's hit chart here. And this is, again, courtesy of Baseball Savant here. So when you look at this, Cedric's strength of what he's done, even in 2021, I will show you a graph in the future. He loves to do damage pulling the ball. And there's a reason why he switched to just being a lefty. For those that didn't know, he used to switch hit. But he does a lot of damage to the right side of the field, and rightfully so. Going to run you through a few of his good moments that he had last year. And then when I thought you could tell he's a little bit more tired and you could see the fatigue was setting in because he was, he was just trying to battle. And that's so hard to have success. Okay, so we're going to go in here. It's actually opening weekend here, by the way. Chris Sale. Tough left-handed pitcher. Obviously, Chris Sale is not the Chris Sale that we saw in the years past, but early on, he's healthy. Cedric is really solid against left-handed pitchers, especially in the power department. You're going to see Cedric take Chris Sale deep, dead center, great swing. And the thing that I love about this is that this is kind of a theme for Ced. He can hit some of the most challenging pitchers. This is Shohei Ohtani. Yes, again, the situation is the Orioles are down. Ohtani, it's early in the count, but Ced has the ability to hit power fastballs. What's Ohtani throw him? A heater right down the middle, and whammy. Ced, when he's on, can take down some of the best pitchers in the game. And that's kind of what the theme to be for what he's capable of doing here and why he's so irreplaceable in my mind. This was a cool day I want to talk about. Everyone remembers the cycle game. It was the first night of the splash, I believe, of the splash zone, I think, in Baltimore. Maybe I'm wrong. But what you're going to see here is he's going to get a cutter on the outside part of the plate. And I told people in the past, you can still pull baseballs on the outside part of the plate if you stay back long enough. It's going to be a cutter slider on the outside. Cedric stays back just a hair. He's going to drive this in the gap. And then the race is on. And this is, again, when Cedric, it felt like he was at his peak. This is the Cedric Mullins right here where you feel like he's a top 5 outfielder. You see that speed. You see that ability to extend plays. Not many guys can go ahead and do what Cedric Mullins does right there, by the way, right? Hit a pitch on the outside corner and leg it out for a triple. It takes a certain breed. Cedric's in that category. More examples here. Things are feeling good. Cedric, slider in. That ball's roasted. So you're seeing he can do his damage when he's feeling good. That's the ultimate goal for Cedric Mullins, okay? This is another example. Power pitcher. You guys see, recognize that number? That's Garrett Cole. Okay, Garrett Cole on the mound. He's going to see a lot of Cedric Mullins this season. Steady, high fastball and in. Doesn't matter that it's got that elite rise with it. Cedric can get to it, and it's gone. So again, there's certain players in my mind that are big-time players that can go against some of the big-time pitchers and have success. Cedric Mullins does that. But the problem is, imagine for a guy that is so explosive, that can do so much. If he feels like he's off, he feels like he's going to try to do more, or he's just going to try to get by. These other examples here that you're going to see, Cedric, to me, is a guy that seems out of rhythm, and he doesn't feel comfortable. And you're going to see a lot of those then, with as great as it is that he hits the ball pull side, and he's able to really get into it. The unfortunate part of it is when you don't feel yourself or you're out of that rhythm of your swing, what happens is you get a little bit too quick, and you roll it over, hit it into the ground, and you can find yourself being a little bit more susceptible to pitches you usually can drive. So here's an example here against Eflin. Pitch is going to be in a spot that Cedric likes to hit the baseball, right? And he's just going to be a hair too early, pull his front shoulder off a hair, and he's going to smack this into the ground, okay? Happens, every baseball player does this. But the theme of it was, these are videos of Cedric coming back from his injury, right? And when you're not in that rhythm each day, it's harder, especially then, we talked about Ced hitting some lefties well, becomes even more challenging when you're not seeing the lefties each and every day, which Cedric saw less and less of towards the end of the season. Here's another pitch. He's going to roll over on the ball to first base, but you're going to see middle of the plate. pitch he can drive, a pitch he knows how to drive. But when he's a little bit off, the result's going to be a rollover, ground ball to first base, end of the inning. Okay? This is a pitch right over the middle of the plate, rising fastball, 93, has a chance to hit it. But again, Cedric's off. That's just how it goes. Okay? Good pitch by Gray. But this is what I wanted to show you guys for a second here, is the 2021 hit chart. Because people were asking me, what was so different about Cedric in 2023 than it was back in 2021? Well, you're seeing a lot of pull side. That guy can drive it. But you know the biggest thing I noticed? You're going to see the purple indicates doubles. Cedric on the 2023 graph, granted it was limited, had 4 extra base hits to the left side. On this side alone, I counted 13. And you're going to see some videos here. The best, and I'm preaching this, the best hitters, when they use the entire field, it opens up. This is the season that Cedric had 30 home runs, 30 doubles, 30 stolen bases. Watch how he drives the baseball in these next couple examples. And I'm just going to roll through it for time's sake. Except this pitch, I want to just point that out. That is what we call a bastard pitch by the pitcher. That is a perfect location. That ball's sinking in. And what I love is Cedric just shoots that to the left center field gap with ease. It's just almost like he's just getting the bat to it. The race is on. Cedric's in for a double, right? It's that simple. How about here? Staying on the baseball, backside, so what? And he loves facing Boston. A lot of Boston highlights here. But it's another element of the game that Cedric has. And a lot of people, you think that I'm lying about this. It all matters. Same thing here. Slider away. What does Cedric do? Instead of going to try to pull that baseball, shooting it the other way. And it's free money. And that's what Cedric Mullins can do constantly. And you can tell, you can see how he runs. He's confident. He's feeling good. He's feeling collected. Garrett Cole again, right? Things are going well. Well, Garrett Cole, you're throwing a 98-mile-an-hour heater on the outside part of the plate, and Cedric wastes no time driving the ball the other way. And these are little things. And Shane McClanahan, the Rays are going to miss him. He's a Cy Young pitcher candidate when he's healthy. But this is the Cedric Mullins we're talking about. All these guys are really high-end pitchers, or most of them. McClanahan, especially being one, Ced's going to take him deep. And look at that. He's on it. He's feeling good. And when Ced's feeling good, he can face any pitcher and have success, okay? Now, I want to point this back up here. This is 2023 now, and this is the moments that make special. And sometimes you can't quantify. I mentioned with Jackson Holiday earlier, you can't quantify things in stats with guys. When you watch Ced, can you say, does he have the it factor? And for me, in big moments, this dude has the it factor. You need a home run robbed? He's got it. You need a big hit? He's got it. You want to hit for the cycle at Camden Yards? Well, this guy can do it too. Unbelievable swing, great moment. And this, honestly, for me, was a moment in Birdland of ever going, well, hey, finally, we believe this 2023 Orioles team is different. This 2023 Orioles team is making some noise, and a big reason was because of Cedric Mullins. His leadership, his ability to be a stable force even when he's not himself. When Cedric Mullins is on, he can be just as good as any outfielder out there. The problem is if you're not healthy and you can't really show off your skill set consistently, it's going to be hard. And that's going to be something Cedric's going to have to watch. Availability matters. And down the stretch, though, at least for this case, the Orioles will have the roster depth, but you can never replace number 31.